Hey, welcome back to Mechanical Pros. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about a Daikin cassette unit. So a Daikin cassette indoor unit mounts up into the ceiling, tucks away in a ceiling grid, so you only really see the face of the unit. The rest of the units is hidden away in the top of the ceiling. Really nice concealed unit. Particular one I want to talk about is an fxFQ 3x3 cassette. It's 3 foot by 3 foot. Fits up in a ceiling grid. They may have to do a little bit of grid work to get it in there, but once they're set in, very nice indoor unit. We see a lot of those out in the market, and there's a lot of features that go along with this unit. One feature I want to talk about right away is individual airflow directions. One of the really cool things about this unit is it has 4 air louvers on it, and each one of those louvers we can determine what direction we want the airflow to go in. So I'm just going to run through that real quick on the navstat. I'll say that if you want to set that up in the fxFQ, really handy to have one of these BRC 1E73 navstats. Much easier to navigate than some of the other ones out there. You can do it with the other stats, but I always liked having one of these on my truck, almost as a service tool sometimes for setup. So we'll get into it really quick. It's really easy. You don't have to go deep into the settings menu. It's in the basic menu. So we just light the screen up, and now we'll press the menu button, and now we're in the menu, and it starts right out airflow direction, and below that individual airflow direction. One thing I mentioned about these before, if I'm not connected to the fxFQ, say I'm on a ducted unit with no louvers, I won't even get those options. So it really cuts down the confusion. Depending on what indoor unit you're connected to, it tells you what options you have to go with. So I know right away I do have the option to do airflow. So I'm going to look first at my airflow direction and point a couple things out. So it says right now I'm in swing, so my louvers are going to oscillate backwards and forwards. So let me come down here and let's look at individual airflow because we want to set them individually. So I go through and I've got louver settings, and then I've got my louver settings list. My louver settings list just tells me what each one of my louvers is currently set to. So as you can see, these square boxes across the bottom, when you're looking underneath your fxFQ and you're looking up at it, on each louver you're going to see these squares. So louver number 1 will just have 1 square, louver 2 has 2 squares, and so on. That's how you identify which louver you're setting, is when you look at the face of the indoor unit, you'll see a certain number of squares attached to each louver, and that's how I know when I've got louver 1, I've got it set on blocked. So let's talk for a second about blocked. This comes up quite a bit with these cassette units. There's a certain distance you're supposed to install these units away from a wall. The reason you want to have it about 6 feet away is we throw that cold air right on the wall, and if it's a couple feet from the wall, you're washing that wall with cold air all the time, you're going to get some condensation issues. You may have some water dripping from the wall. So you want the unit set 4 to 6 feet away, say. Well, in the real world, the units get set, and then they come in and chop the building up, and next thing you know, there's walls right beside it. So we do have this option to set a louver or all louvers. You could set either one of them to the block position if you'd like. And what that does is that puts the louver in a fixed position where then you can add what they call blocking material. It's a kit you can order from Daikin, and it's basically a perfectly cut piece of Armaflex type insulation that fits into that louver opening that will not allow any air to pass, and then you set your louver in the block position and it turns the louver a certain way so that's concealed and you can't see it, and now we're completely blocking the airflow. Mistake commonly made is they think when you turn it to blocked, it's not going to allow air to go out. Air will still seep out around the louver. That's why you need to put the blocking material in there. So in our particular one, we have that same scenario. It's mounted close to the wall, so we had to set one of our louvers to blocked. But our other louvers, you can see louver 2 is set to swing, and so is 3, and then louver 4 is just set to position 4. Okay, so now I'm going to go and change some louver settings. I got my 4 louvers, and I'm going to see what we can do with them here. Let's go in here, individual airflow direction, and we can see that our list is here. We're all set to swing, and individuals are off, so let's go change these guys. And we're going to make a change to the first louver, and let's set him position 1. And now we'll go to our second louver. Let's do, say, position 3. Go to our third. And maybe we'll leave him, well, let's leave it on swing for 3. And then 4, we're going to set that one to blocked. Now you need to go in, make sure we have our settings changed. Let's look at our list. And as you can see, louver 1 is in position 1, 2 is in 3. I've got louver 3 set to swing, and I've got louver 4 in the blocked position. Now blocked again is going to close the louver. It's not going to stop the airflow. You still would have to add the airflow blocking kit that you can order from Daikin. You can prefab it in the field, but honestly, I've done it both ways. The kit they send you is very nice and it fits quickly and easily, and you know when you walk away from it, you completely sealed that airflow off. But that was just a really quick demonstration of how to set the airflow louvers on the Daikin fxFQ 3x3 cassette. Very user-friendly indoor unit. We see these a lot in office spaces and in classrooms. So you can see why you would want to direct the airflow in different locations depending on if the unit was right above some kids in the classroom, or maybe it's in a cubicle area in an office space. Certain people may want different comfort levels, may want air blowing on them, may not. You can really fine-tune this unit to the customer's needs. And you can walk away feeling good that you've got this job set up and the customer's going to be happy. If you guys have anything else you want to talk about, Daikin-wise, or anything else in the HVAC world, please send us some comments and we'll make sure we can get them done for you. And make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.